Welcome, everybody. It's time for another episode of Keeping It Real Estate with the real deal. The one woman who knows all the real answers. Rosanne Nitti. Hey, Rosanne.
Hi, Paul. Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm well. How about yourself?
Okay. You took a trip. You were traveling.
I did. I got to go on a little trip.
Where'd you go? Nashville or something?
I went to Nashville. Yeah, it was
What a cool
fun.
place. I've never been to Nashville.
They call it Nash Vegas.
Nash Vegas, really?
I never knew that until I went, but it was really fun. It was fun.
What's the real estate market like down there?
It's really growing. There's right in downtown Nashville. It's gone crazy. There's an area called the Gulch that used to be on the one side of the tracks that is now
I take it the wrong side of the tracks.
all high-end real estate. In fact, I have a girlfriend that I grew up with who lives there, who bought her place for $186K and could sell it for $550 today, and it's only been a couple years. So.
I thought that was just Orange County, Nashville
I know.
too. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
so it was fun. It was exciting.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
let's. Who'd you bring with you today?
So today I brought Michael Smerdel, who is a friend of mine. We worked together for about 10 years?
Yeah, at least that.
Yeah. Michael. I met Michael at a business investment group. And we used to do some land banking together. He's also a real estate broker. Yeah.
That's right.
He's a real estate broker, was an appraiser, and home inspector.
And for the 5 people who don't know, you got to tell them what land banking is.
Land banking is where you purchase land in the path of progress, kind of like what Walt Disney did years ago. Then
you bank it, you hold it.
You speculate on it, and then when things start to go in the path of growth, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a buy and hold type strategy. Same with houses, but with land, you kind of hold it for a much longer period of time. Kind of maybe tied more towards your retirement years.
Yes, a lot of buying land with your IRA. But today we're going to talk about business credit because Michael is with business credit funding, and we're going to talk about what business credit is. So tell me, Michael, what is business credit?
Yeah, well, business credit is credit that's tied to your business and not tied to your Social Security number. So it's not any type of personal credit, which most of us are familiar with the consumer credit, or what I call personal credit, the FICO scores and that sort of thing.
My American Express card.
Exactly. So business credit is credit that's tied to your business, whether it's a sole proprietorship or LLC or corporation.
Cool. And so what are the benefits of building business credit, and can I build business credit if I have bad personal credit?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. Business credit you can build. It's based off of your business, obviously, but there's a lot of benefits involved. For one, it's not tied to your personal credit, so you're building a good credit profile for your company, and it's not tied to your Social Security number whatsoever. As you build business credit, you get more. You can get trade lines. You can get revolving type cash credit. And these types of vehicles can give you more leverage with your own business, so you can accomplish whatever goals that you're trying to get.
So can you start a business with this business credit, or you have to have an established business to start with business credit?
No, any business or any corporation, or I shouldn't say anyone with an EIN number really, can build business credit. You don't have to have. You could have a startup business. You could have a business. You could be small business that you've been doing business for the last 15, 20 years. It doesn't really matter. Every organization, every business organization is a little bit different, and that's what I'm here for is to figure out what would be your best fit to keep either that business credit going or to create some business credit for your company.
So on business credit building for established companies and used for startups is interesting.
Exactly.
I like that. So if I'm starting up something new or need a boost on my existing business, I can do something like that. And I was asking you a little bit earlier out in the hallway about this, and I find it interesting because you said there's so many different things that I can do with it. So my next question is, can I buy real estate with business credit, or is it just for my business?
If your business has different types of credit that's related to business, like trade credit and revolving cash credit, those sort of things, and to really get into it, we don't really have a lot of time. But to answer your question, most definitely, of course, your business could buy real estate, with its own business credit, if it had the credit to do so.
So in that respect, would my business or my industry, I mean, I am a real estate broker, when they're looking at qualifying me for business credit, do I need to note that my industry is real estate, or I could be a photographer and decide that I would want to buy real estate with the credit from my photography business?
Oh yeah, you could, it doesn't really matter what the business does. They wouldn't really qualify you personally.
Okay.
And it'd have nothing to do with your social security number. It'd have to do with your business credit profile. So you have a corporation, and what is your corporation? What kind of, we're all familiar with the FICO scores from consumer credit.
Right.
In business, we have an index score.
Okay.
There's some other things too, but a lot of the weights held to an index score, which you can get through Dun & Bradstreet. And so if you have a good index score, say about 80 or an 85, and you have a good credit profile, then yeah, of course you can get, all different types of funding to do whatever you want for your business.
Very cool,
Yeah.
very cool. And so I have a question when it comes to this. Let's talk about some of the rates on these business credits.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it until just this minute. So say now I want to buy a building for my business or some sort of something. And what kind of a rate am I going to get?
Well, generally speaking, the rates for business credit, like the business loans that are tied to your business, are always going to be they're either going to be the same or better than consumer credit.
Oh, that's good.
And you'll
know.
always be
Okay.
able to get more credit, more trade credit, more cash credit than you could personally. There's a lot of reasons for that.
Okay.
But just keep in mind that's just kind of the way that it is. Now your rate, or what your interest rate, what you're going to get, depends on the strength of your business.
I see.
So it would depend on business to business what kind of rate you would get.
So it would make sense then for someone seeking business credit, say myself, that had been established in business for some time, to show that my index, my business index, is good, that would give me a better rate, versus if I'm just starting my business, I might pay a little bit higher rate.
Yes and no. It's kind of interesting to find that I deal with businesses all day long, especially small businesses.
It's interesting.
And
yeah.
many of them that have been in business for a long time think that they have some type of established business credit. I mean, I did, when I started in 2004.
Okay.
But as it turns out, we didn't have any business credit. And that's because that you're not following the right process when you build your business credit. There's kind of this idea that if you go to one of the major banks and you start a business account, or get an account in a business name, that you're going to get business credit, but you're not. You'd be totally wrong. And many people that feel that they have some sort of business credit have zero.
So let's take a couple minutes here then to talk about how do we start to build that profile to create this business credit. Before we take a quick break, how do we start to build that index? How do I find out what my index is?
Yeah, well, you can find that out through Dun & Bradstreet.
Okay.
It's public information. Is different than consumer credit, where it's not. But it's a process to build your business credit. And I call it usually business credit. I call it the best kept secret from small business, because nobody knows about it.
That's why we're here today, to tell people.
There's so much money out there, so much credit out there that businesses can qualify for. It's just that the majority of the small businesses I talk to, they don't have a credit profile for their business, and they don't have any business credit, which is fine, because we totally have the answer to that. We have a business credit building suite that will hold your hand through the process.
Very cool.
Build you whatever kind of business profile you want, so you'll know that you're going to get whatever you need, at the end of that process.
To plan ahead.
Yeah.
And how long does that process usually take? I suspect it depends on the business and what the end result is.
That's true. And it also depends on you as the business owner or the president of your company.
Okay.
And how fast you're pushing through, these different stages. Because it is a process, and you're going to start out with, vendor credit, or what's actually probably called trade credit.
Okay.
And you're going to move on to creating this business profile that lenders will look at and say, wow, this is a business we want to lend money to.
I see.
But the idea is that most people that they go into, like, say, the SBA or major banks, and they have no idea why they're turned down, and they turn down 85% of the businesses that apply, but they have no idea why. So we work in the reverse. We find out what we can do for you. What are your goals, right? And then we build your business credit. So when you go to get the loan that you want, you'll get qualified. You'll know you're probably going to get qualified before you even apply.
Very cool. So it's kind of helping us to help ourselves.
Oh yeah, it creates leverage for yourself. Get no more. In real estate, it's like I'm rich, I'm poor, I'm rich, I'm poor. In retail real estate, and this kind of, bridges the gap or solves the problem. It gives you that cash flow, that you need to keep going.
So brokers and real estate agents who are doing a lot of marketing or need to keep their business alive.
Many of my clients are real estate agents and brokers.
Very cool. Yeah. It seems like there might be a need there.
Oh yeah, the marketing. All kinds of, whether it's pamphlets or whatnot, or internet marketing,
mail outs, that kind of stuff. And so, creating that vision from the start. If I'm going to speak to you, and we're getting ready to take a break here, but we'll talk about how do I get the credit and who can apply.
Yeah, of course.
So that will be our next segment here. We'll take a quick break. Thanks everyone for listening. We'll see you in a minute.
Yeah, thank you.
Imagine what it would feel like to lose everything. Your job, your home, your family, your dignity. This has happened to thousands of the men, women, veterans, and young adults we serve at Working Wardrobes. What do we do to help? We provide career development services, life skills workshops, job skills training. We provide the perfect interview outfit, and we get clients placed in jobs. Call Working Wardrobes, 714-210-2460. Donate, volunteer, invest, hire.
Wow. Marketing predictions are out for 2015, and marketing success is changing. Did you know that Google is now actively tracking your business and personal brand and online reputation? Online and offline marketing has changed. Google is driving more than 85% of your traffic. And if your brand is inconsistent or has poor mobile usability, your rankings and traffic can suffer in 2015. To learn how your business is currently viewed and what can be done to improve your brand's visibility and authority, contact SunUp Group for a free marketing analysis. It could be a business game changer. Visit www.sunupgroup.com today or call 877-609-3840, extension 700.
All right, back to Rosanne and her guest.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here with Mike Smerdel, and we're talking about business credit. And during the break, Paul was still questioning exactly what Michael does and how he does it.
Well, because I've got a business, and I'm trying to wonder, do people hire you to go build their credit and come up with a plan, or after they've got it to figure out how to go to a bank and get credit in the company's name and not my personal name? I'm unclear what you do, so I just thought maybe we could clarify that for everybody.
Yeah, no, of course. So let's just use an example. So for someone we'll use a real estate broker. So someone that's maybe they're starting out, maybe they've been working for a year or so, and they're having some trouble with their marketing. Maybe they can't afford to do as much as they would like to.
Cash flow.
Maybe a cash flow issue, and that sort of thing. And they have a business. They have maybe an LLC or maybe just an EIN number, sole proprietorship, and they want access, to credit so they can pay for their marketing. They want to have a $5,000 marketing budget a month,
and not just personal credit, but something that the business could qualify for that wouldn't be tied to their own personal.
Well, we would build that credit profile so that business would then qualify to accomplish the goals that business owner wants.
How long does it take? And I'm assuming there's a fee. So if I wanted to build credit for the radio station here, I'd come to you and you'd come up with a plan and charge me a fee, and we'd come up with a time frame in which I'd get credit for the business, right?
Yeah, very similar. That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Thanks.
So that's what my next question was. How do I get business credit, and can anyone apply?
Yeah, any business can apply. Okay. So anyone that has a business that has, a
business
corporation
license,
or an LLC,
okay,
or even a sole proprietorship with an EIN number, You can totally apply. Even if you don't have a business, but you're going to start one, come to us first. We can show you exactly the best way to do that, to tie that right into, building your business credit as soon as you create that entity and start building that business credit right away.
So when we were talking in the hallway a little bit about, I'm a sole proprietorship, I haven't gotten an S Corp or an LLC yet. Those two would be most ideal, S Corp being the most.
Well, I think so. The LLC and the corporation are good because they separate decisively your personal credit from your business credit, and that's kind of what you want. Now, as far as a sole proprietorship, I mean, we can still build your business credit. That's not a problem because you have an EIN number. It's its own entity. But at the same time, the entity is a little bit more intertwined with your personal. So it doesn't give you completely separation.
And that would maybe make a difference when they're looking at my index or how I operate my business.
It helps because we're going to be building that business credit, and you're going to get more trade lines, more vendor credit, revolving credit, cash credit. You're going to have access to all these things. But you really just want your business itself to have that, ability or authority, and have nothing tied to your Social Security number.
Well, that makes sense. So what are the qualifications to get started? And that's maybe just tying into what we just spoke to. I need to have a business.
Yeah, you definitely have a business.
Or a corporation, an LLC, or an EIN number. And so, say for instance, I have an EIN number, but I haven't incorporated yet. Could we get started and then I can incorporate, or would it be best if I incorporated before I got started?
No, we can certainly start right away.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not a problem with that. Matter of fact, even we have a credit building suite, which walks you through the steps of creating a business entity for you.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And so how long would it actually take to build the business credit?
It depends on you as the business owner at how, let's say that you get into the business credit building suite, it's an amazing product, and it's going to hold your hand through the process, but you're going to have to do things. You have to do the steps.
So is this suite, and I don't mean to interrupt, but is this suite an online platform? Is it a bunch of paperwork I need to read and fill out? How does it work?
Yeah, it's completely web-based.
Okay.
It's very easy to use. It's extremely user-friendly.
Okay.
You can log in from anywhere in the world, and start building your business credit.
And so I just sort of sign up and you get me hooked up, and then are you there to support me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to be there to get you to get you started. And anytime while you're in the credit building suite, I can help you with anything because I'm actually a client myself.
Very cool. Yeah. So, and I know you've been working on it for a while. So how do you get started, and then what can people expect once they do get started?
Well, what I like to do is I like to get together with someone, whether it has to be on the phone or even in person, and we talk about exactly what you're trying to accomplish, with your business credit, because there's a lot more to it than just what we're talking about here. And there's so many things you can do with it. It gives you so much leverage that people are amazed.
So I'd suspect that you might have a little bit of the counseling or coaching with people in their business to actually help them to maybe think a little bit bigger than they are.
Yeah, it's a total consultation. And what we'll find out is okay, what kind of business is it? What are your immediate goals, your long-term goals, and how can we accomplish that with a business credit? And then we'll set you up, to accomplish those goals and say, hey, in 90 days, we're going to get you $25,000. 180 days, we're going to get you $75,000. This is what our goals are, and we need to do these particular steps to accomplish those goals, with the credit.
Gotcha. And so in that respect, when we're doing that, is there an initial questionnaire that I would fill out when I'm getting started, or it's just having that conversation with you?
I like personally just having the conversation.
Okay.
Obviously I will take notes and try to get an idea of what we can do for you. You can. You could fill out something online, but I prefer to talk to people.
So, which is good. I like to talk to people in this day of technology. So if I'm filling out, say, a 90-day, if I'm working on a 90-day process where I say, hey, I'd like to get $25,000 or $30,000 in that 90-day time frame, and then I do accomplish that. Yeah. What happens if I want more after that?
Oh, you continue on.
And does this particular business credit, I guess what I'm asking is, would it be by different lenders or different vendors? Would it be all from one particular bank? How would that work?
It's all different. So,
Okay.
and there's difference between like your cash credit, your revolving credit,
Okay.
and trade credit. So
Okay.
trade credit's kind of like your, say, Home Depot or Lowe's.
Okay, for supplies.
Yeah, I'll give you an
Okay.
example. Like when we flip properties,
Okay.
I can go with a Lowe's card, corporate credit card, and buy whatever I need for the property.
Sinks and showers and tiles.
Yeah, completely no money out of pocket at all.
Okay.
You know, on like a 60, 90, or 180 day net, you know, and I can put everything in there and then sell the property and then pay it all back.
Very convenient. Very convenient. That's a great example.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even using gas cards. I mean, how do we all use gas?
Right.
Right. I mean,
So,
think about building your business credit by just getting gas.
There you go. There you go. So I think you've really excited me about business credit. I think Paul might be excited too a little bit. We're just trying to, think about all the possibilities here. Michael, why don't you tell us how we can reach you, either by phone or email?
Yeah. Well, my website is it's businessfundingcredit.com.
Okay.
You can reach me through there. The office number is 888-500-5967. Or you can send me an email through the website is fine too, but I'm more than happy to talk to you.
Okay, great. And you like to meet with people in person. I love that. Or for the busy person, you can talk to them over the phone.
I have a lot of clients out of state, so I can't meet with them, but I mean, we can do the internet phone and those types of go-to meetings.
So great. Well, I'm Rosanne Nitti. I am with the Nitti Group at Keller Williams. You can reach me at 949-315-9104 or more information at Nitti, Nitti Group.com. And thanks for listening with us today.
Thank you.
You've been listening to another episode of Keeping It Real Estate with Rosanne Nitti right here in Orange County's only community radio station, OCTalkRadio.net.